So today we're going to be doing a medium-sized braided ponytail. For all my braided ponytails, I normally do knotless in the center of the head simply because it's less tension than regular box braids, and it also gives you more space for your braids to meet up when you put them in a ponytail. Putting individual braids in the center of your ponytail also makes the ponytail fuller, especially when you take a couple of braids to wrap around the ponytail to make it taller like a genie ponytail. Those few braids take away from the density of the ponytail, so those box braids in the middle give you a little bit more braids to work with. And today I'm working on one of my friends, so if you see her moving, pay her no mind because she's overly tender-headed for no reason. You comb her hair the wrong way and she jumping. But she's a stylist also, so make sure you guys go follow her on Instagram at Blessed by Brick, and you'll see that pop up on the screen. So once we're finished with the knotless, I'm going to go ahead and section the hair into 4 quadrants. And when I do this, I work in sections, being that the braids closest to the end of the braid that's closest to the individual braids, they kind of taper off and get smaller as they get closer to the middle. So that gives me an easier area to work with instead of trying to judge the spacing off of the entire head. Now that we've got that done, we can start parting for our first braid. So I'm very anal about parting. You may see me part one part about 1,000 times before I'm actually satisfied with it, but I feel like a part of being a braider is very crisp, clean parting. So you have to have a good foundation in order for the product to be, polished. Soon to show you guys how I actually prep my hair for this style, for any braid style. Actually, I don't separate the pieces of hair individually. I just pull it from the whole bundle of hair. So as I braid, you'll see me add product to the back of my hand. That is the olive oil shine jam. I use that to help with flyaways. Everybody knows that natural hair is going to have some type of flyaways, especially when braiding them. The shine jam and the mousse that's going to be used at the end, as well as dipping, is all that I use to get rid of majority of those flyaways. I don't like cutting my clients' hair outside of the braids. That's just me. So I try to take care of as many flyaways as possible before I go in and polish the final result. From the camera angle, you can't really see me braid all the way down, but these are extra length, being that she's a bit on the taller side. Brittany don't like no short braids. Now you'll notice that I part and then I go back and I apply the shine jam to the part and then part it again. That product that I'm using is what holds the hairs out of the way in order for you to clearly see your part so that you can make sure that it's straight. got the gist of the process, it's really repetitive. So I'm gonna go ahead and speed the video up so that we can get to the finished product. For this part of the video, I'm going to do it in real time just so you guys can actually see how I put the hair in and out of the water. This gives you a straighter finish at the ends versus the ends being all balled up just sitting in the hot water. It kind of straightens them out as you go, and it aids in when you go in pulling the hair out with the towel. That straightens it out as well. But this is, your foundation, your starting point, and that's what matters the most. So once I actually dip the hair in the water, I'll sit the pot on the floor and just let the excess water drip into the pot until it starts to slow down. Then I'll go back in and wipe it with the towel. That way the towel won't be soaking wet while you're trying to dry off the ends of the hair. Wintertime, so I do what I can to try to wring as much of the water out as possible. I'm going to go back and dip just the ends instead of dipping the entire braid again, just to make sure that those ends are very straight. And then I'm going to go back over it with mousse to smooth out the finished product to make sure it stays in place. Final product. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe.